Hey, this is Life with Sean Renee here, back with another video. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. This video is called Confused, Betrayal, Betrayed, Story Times. Let's watch the video.
Story time part one. How would you feel about this? So let's just say you work, you always at work, but every time you come home, because you know where you put your stuff and how you put your stuff, that some of your stuff is just not where it be at. And it's usually like your underwear, your bras, like your perfume, your lipstick, your makeup. It just always look like somebody in your stuff. Your earrings always pop up missing. Your bras, your underwear. Your lady items always missing, or your shirts are misplaced. You be looking for stuff and it's just not where you put it. There's only you and your significant other in the house. One day your significant other asks you what time you're coming home, what time you'll be home, like just basically trying to keep up with you. Oh, and you just like, why you want to know all that? Oh, I want to know what time you coming home, because he always want to know your every move. So anytime you're not in his presence, it's always what time are you coming home, when you going to be here, where you at, why your location off, is you still at work, let me know before you walking in the house. This time you decide, okay, I'm not going to tell him when I'm coming home. I'm not sending no texts, hey, I'm up the street, I'm a couple minutes away. I'm not having my location on. I'm just going home. You walk in and he's dressed in your clothes. Leave me y'all thoughts in the comments. Can we talk about it?
There's a conversation you need to have with him, because he's stretching your clothes out. That is not appropriate for you to be dealing with that. And he need to have a conversation like, y'all need to be in a relationship together. If he can be wearing your clothes, something that has to give, because it's not fair to you. You spend a lot of money on that clothes to come home to deal with that. Something is going on. So, what do y'all think about this video? You know what to do. Comment below. Let's watch the next video.
Get ready with me for story time on how I found out that my best friend is talking to my ex-boyfriend. And I'm continuing my story times from my followers, so this isn't actually my story, it's one that a follower sent me. So if you want to send me a story, please DM me and I'll read it as soon as possible. And if you're not familiar with these new story times, I am telling these from my point of view, first person. And for code names, we're gonna call the ex-best friend Sabrina and the boyfriend Brian. Okay, so this all started back in October near Halloween weekend. So the week before Halloween weekend, I decided to break up with Brian because we dated for about a year, which is crazy, but he just did some things that I didn't like. And for example, he would be following random girls on Instagram that I didn't know, a bunch of like F models, and just crossed a bunch of my boundaries that after a year, I know I should have done it earlier, but I finally broke up with him. And keep in mind, I've known Sabrina since we were in kindergarten, okay? So I've known this girl, and we are seniors in high school at this point, so I've known her for almost all my life. And she knows everything about me. She knew the whole situation with Brian. And of course, I always see those TikToks where it was like, oh, like when my ex-best friend or this and that, my friend was talking to my ex-boyfriend. But I never thought that something like this would ever happen to me because we were so extremely close. So this was on Halloween weekend, and it was so recent. I told Sabrina that I just wanted to stay home, and I asked her if she just like wanted to watch a movie with me during that Halloween weekend. And she told me that she wanted to go to a party. So I obviously told her that I was just not in the mood to go to any sort of party. I literally just wanted to stay home and eat ice cream in my bed, or just like in general. I just didn't want to go to a party. Reasonable. So eventually she told me that she would just stay home with me and watch a movie, because we just did stuff for each other like that, and it wasn't like a huge deal. Like I didn't think that she would care that much. And I told her, like, if you want, you can go to the party. You don't have to stay home with me. But she ended up just saying that she would stay home and watch a movie with me. So she comes over and we just do what we always do, and we always used to watch movies together. Like that was our thing. We would just stay home, pick a new movie to watch. So like 3 hours pass at this point. It's like 9 p.m. and she tells me that like, and keep in mind, throughout the whole time we're watching a movie, she was on her phone the entire time looking at Snapchat, like locations, like her Snap Map. And she just kept complaining that everyone's at the party. So I felt really bad at this point. So eventually I told her that she could just go after we were done watching the movie, because at that point it would be like 9 p.m. And since she was so adamant about going to this stupid party, I was just like, just go. And I was a little bit mad about the whole thing because she literally told me that she would be there for me. And I know for a fact that I would never have left her in that situation. So that was already annoying. And keep in mind, I still had Brian's location and he still had mine, just because we had freshly broken up and like nobody was blocking each other yet. We were still staying on good terms. So like we didn't lose each other's locations yet, and everyone's location was on anyway because of the whole Halloween weekend party. Okay, and go to part 2 because I'm already at 3 minutes and the video will delete if I post it. So love you guys. Bye.
Can you imagine your own best friend and your own ex dating each other? That's crazy. What do y'all think about this video? I know this is just part 1, but I know if I find part 2, I will definitely put it together. But let's watch the next video.
So I just went out to eat with this guy, and tell me if I'm tripping or it just was not like table manners. And it's somebody that I've been seeing for a while, so it's not like, oh my gosh, I've seen it before. And I always talk about, hey, you don't have any patience. I think you should just wait and allow people to answer you, right? We're eating, and it's a nice place. The rating's great. Dude is phenomenal. He's back within 30 seconds. So he even got tipped $10 or $15, I think. So there was a guy, he needed a straw. He had a water and a beer, and there's a straw in his water. So he was like, oh, I need another straw, whatever. I was like, okay, well, give him a second to come back. The guy, first of all, every time the guy was coming and going, literally with people's things, he's asking him for something or speaking over to people's food. And I was like, don't do that. Just allow him to come back. He'll be back. Like, nothing's gonna happen. And then there was another guy coming, like he's looking for everybody to stop them. And I'm just like, yo, you can just relax. We're just here chilling. We're not rushing to go nowhere. Just calm down. And the guy came by. He was like, bro, can I just straw? But while he's saying it, his voice is really low because I had to catch it. But it startled the guy, and the guy lifted his arm up, and the guy was like, what? And so I was like, why did you do that? Like, you just startled him. He was like, he didn't have a problem with it. Why are you trying to be his spokesperson or his lawyer? And I was just like, it's not about that. It's about people's space and boundaries. And I've spoken to you about it before, but you keep doing it. We're dudes. We don't care. And I was like, he's working, so obviously he's not going to say anything, but you keep on doing this stuff. And he's the kind of person that, if I have a box of pizza, he'll be asking me, can I have a slice of pizza, while he's already pulling the pizza apart. So he doesn't really allow you to say yes or no. And I'm just like, you're not understanding that people's boundaries and personal space. So I just stopped talking because he was like, this is not the time for you to be trying to correct me. You're not supposed to be correcting me. And I was like, okay, well then there's nothing else I could say, because and I'm rushing. I was rushing to tell it because we were at the movies and he pulled up before me, so he was standing outside. But it's like, you want people to respect your space and your boundaries, but you don't do it to other people. And this was just another moment, because I didn't say it in front of the guy that he took the straw from. It wasn't even our waiter. I was just like, relax, calm down. Like, and I said, would you be doing that if we were in front of a big group of people? He was like, yeah, I'll do it anywhere. Table etiquette, like, what are you talking about? Would you do this in front of your mom? Like, it's not like, it's just weird because it's like nobody can correct you, and it's not, I'm not even telling you like, bro, I was just like, hey, why did you do that? Because the guy was walking fast, and when he was like, bro, can I have this, he was already reaching. Dude was like, huh?
Let's be honest here. You know, deep down inside, he is going to be hard to deal with as in a relationship with someone. And if you're not tolerating it now, he's always going to be like that. So I would just move on, because I don't see, he doesn't want to be corrected, and he's always been like that. No. Let's watch the next video.
Y'all, I'm just feeling like I don't give a fuck. So I'm going to give you guys a story time, and I'm name dropping. So right before I left for college, I started talking to this boy. This was over the summer. We were getting really close, and we were hanging out like every single day. We were going movies, bowling, Braves games, like all over Atlanta. Eventually, he introduced me to one of his friends, and his friend also just started talking to this girl. So basically, we would always go on double dates, but the girl was a little bit younger, so she would always bring her friend to tag along because I think her parents were strict and it was like an easy get out. She's gorgeous, by the way. I'm not a hater. But as the summer was coming to an end, he got to acting really funny, mean, and distant. And it just started to give there's somebody else. He would not be straightforward with me. He literally dodged everything. And long story short, he finally just told me there's somebody else, but didn't tell me who. Y'all, it was that bitch that was fifth wheeling with us the entire time. Her name's Michaela, and you're a weird ass bitch. And this is why I don't believe in that girl shit. Cause y'all be grimy as fuck. This bitch was in our face fifth wheeling the entire time. Whole time you wanted my nigga. And then I couldn't help but go back and think every time maybe they was alone or they had time to talk or like get to know each other when I was around. Like, damn, y'all was really doing this shit behind my back. Like, that's fucked up. And what makes it worse is I was literally headed off to college and she still had another year of high school. And the guy was older than me. He was like 20 and she's like 17, bro.
Y'all think about this video. You know what to do. Comment below. This is Life with Shauna Renee, and I'm out. Bye.